Broadcasting live from Melbourne in the plain of Australia. This is Tap Tap Concede. We're not actually, obviously, there, but we're going to be opening a lot of packs today that we were given at PAX Australia, and figured that made sense. I also couldn't think of a plane.
Is it just like, are all the goblins called fizz wobbles now?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. It's like they're all called like fizz wobble, but they have the creature type goblin,
right?
So that it works with.
Yeah, so it's all Oracle.
Yeah,
correct.
You know, like the red caps or the
right.
What was the one Shadowmoor had like?
Well, it had like Selkies that were merfolk.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, so.
Exactly.
Thanks,
Boomerangs and didgeridoos. That's the only equipment they get.
Yep.
Is there a creature type kangaroo? Probably not.
No, I don't even think there's a. Is there even a card that's like kind of inspired by a kangaroo?
I can't think of one.
All the humans are either called Sheila or Bruce.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, didgeridoo is a real card.
Didgeridoo is the real thing.
Yeah, it's from Homelands.
Weird.
Wow, yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Australians known for their love of minotaurs.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, but here we are. But first, we want to remind you that Tap Tap Concede is now brought to you by CardKingdom.com. If you go to CardKingdom.com/LRR, that would be a big help because that lets them track that we sent them, we sent you to them. Mm-hmm. Everything makes sense. We use CardKingdom.com when we buy our singles online. They have competitive prices and astonishingly good customer service. And it's really funny whenever because we get tweets about this fairly often, that people are like, I know you always said that they had really fast shipping and good customer service, but then like XYZ thing happened, and holy crap, you were right.
I thought you were just being paid to say that.
Yeah, and it's like, no, it's like legit. That's why we have partnered with them, because it's like
we operate on the Billy Mays theory.
Yeah, we believe in the product, exactly.
Yeah.
Hi, Billy Mays here for Card Kingdom. And so, check out CardKingdom.com. They sponsor not only this show, but also the weekly streams that we do on Thursdays. So thanks to them. And the show is also brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun, supporting this and all the other stuff that we do as well. So yes, this is going to be a Crack-a-Pack episode because we came back, Kathleen and I, from PAX Australia with arms laden with.
We have so many packs.
We have so many packs. You remember how, like, I want to say even a couple months ago, we were like, okay, we're going to take like 24 of these.
We're going to do that again.
We're going to do a Chaos Draft.
Yeah, we're going to do that again in the new year.
Yeah.
I think actually next episode, the first thing that we should do is build the next Chaos Draft.
Yeah.
Oh, that Chaos Draft was so good.
It was a really good
like
Chaos Draft.
A Snapcaster, and I got a scroll rack.
It was super fun, yeah.
I think we could say, if you're a viewer and you don't like Crack-a-Pack, maybe stop giving us so many packs.
I feel like the percentage of people who give us packs and the overall viewership of our show is probably pretty small.
Basically 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 1-to-1? Oh, damn.
We get a lot of packs, and we have no viewers. We have very few viewers.
That's why we have an entire room devoted to it now.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to open packs from...
But we're actually going to... Well, we're going to start actually with a pack that was not given to us in Australia, but was sent to us. This is this is one of the standard Showdown boosters.
Oh, damn.
That you can get if you satisfy whatever conditions your local game store has placed upon receiving a standard Showdown booster.
Yeah.
This is a promotion that Wizards is doing that each of these contains a foil card from standard.
Yep.
And then 2 other cards that are either rare or mythic.
Yeah.
And the foil card can be any rarity and could even be an expedition or an invention.
Ooh. Which is what's going to be in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope so. Let's find out
What are you
together.
going to do with your Scalding Tarn?
Rip it in half.
Yes. Yes, please.
No, that's not.
It's not the foil. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, that's not the foil. Right.
And for those of you at home, the standard Showdown games are going to be every Saturday, November 26th to December 17th.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just looking at the, and they're going to be so they're standard tournaments. The actual conditions for winning packs and how many packs and stuff are up to your local game store. But
yeah. They I think Wizards recommends undefeated or various ones for like participation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We have an episode of Friday Nights coming up that deals with some of this. Anyway, first up, we have the Wolf of Devil's Breach, which is, of course, 3 red for a 5/5 mythic. Whenever Wolf of Devil's Breach attacks, you may pay 1 and a red and discard a card. If you do that, it deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the discarded card's converted mana cost.
This was pretty good in draft.
In draft,
yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
terrifying in draft.
5/5 for 5 that does other things is always going to be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right.
Our next rare is a Ruinous Path.
All right.
1 black for a sorcery. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with Awaken 4 for 5 black. So for 7 mana, you get to destroy a creature and planeswalker and put 4 +1/+1 counters on a land, and then it gets haste. You get a 4/4 basically. Turn on your land.
The sorcery on this, I think, really kind of limited it.
It did. Yeah, because
I've been watching Kenji play a standard. You'll love this standard Metallurgic Summonings deck.
Yeah.
No kidding.
That's pretty good.
Really?
Also, and it runs Ruinous Path. Yeah.
Wait, when you cast it for its awaken cost, does that change its CMC? It doesn't, does it?
no, it does not.
Doesn't it?
I don't think so.
If you cast this spell
Because it's-
for 5,
For 5 black.
I think on the stack it does.
Isn't CMC always what's printed on the card?
That's what I thought, but I could be wrong. We should look into that.
Is awaken an activated ability of the card?
Well, it's not activated. It's an ability of the card, but
It's an alternate casting cost.
Yeah, the reminder text is if you cast this spell. I think that in all zones except the stack, it's CMC 3, but I think if you cast it for Awaken, I think on the stack it's 7.
Yeah,
but I'm
get
not a judge.
7/7, right?
Paul's going to look this up. In the meantime, our foil is a Griff's Boon.
Oh,
Which is not,
diggity.
There it is.
look at that.
Single white mana for an enchantment, for a creature enchantment, the creature gets +1/+0 and flying, and you can pay 3 and a white to return it from the battlefield to the graveyard attached to a creature. You can only do that at sorcery speed.
This was totally fine in Shadow's draft.
Yeah, in some decks it could be really annoying.
Yeah.
Really annoying. Turn 1, Thraben Inspector, turn 2, Griff's Boon, go nuts.
Yeah, this is kind of what you want your enchantments to be able to do. Either, like, grant some kind of protection to the creature or be recurable.
Right.
Like Rancor.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I've selected some packs from packs. It wasn't
I
meant
see what
to
you
be
did
a-
there.
Wasn't meant to be a pun, but I
The
realized
packs.
halfway through the sentence that I had no recourse but to barrel into it. So we're gonna.
Yeah, so just
Oh yeah.
as an update there, as I'm sure people were yelling at the screen, CMC is always the number in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless of how it, like, if you, if you like Madness cast it,
Multi-kicker,
whatever.
kicker cost, yeah.
The only thing that can change CMC is casting cards with X in their casting cost.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Does make it different on the stack.
That's what always messes me up.
But that's still
I've made this mistake before.
the X. But that X is in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
You're just replacing,
However,
you're replacing X with a number.
Right.
Whereas when you're casting Awaken, you're not changing those numbers at all.
Yeah.
But casting a card that would be like 1 and then have a multi-kicker of X
Right.
wouldn't change the CMC.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Even though the end result in like how the card casts and the mana that you tap is the same, it matters.
Right.
All right.
You know what's a really good card in that deck though?
What?
Glimmer of Genius.
I can imagine.
4 mana instant. Scry 2, get 2 energy, draw 2 cards, make a 4/4.
Yeah. No, I'm really on board with this metallurgic summoning idea.
All right.
All right. So, first up, we're going to go with Battle for Zendikar in Japanese.
All right.
This was given to us by Travis and Moira. This was actually from the mail time. Whoops. This was actually mailed to us. Well, all right.
Too late now.
Some of these are from Paxos. Anyway, Travis, aka Da Magic Sausage, from the chat.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Solid name.
And I figured we didn't want
Wait, what?
foreign. They order them differently. I open it up and there's an octopus token in the front.
What?
I figured we didn't
Blast it
want
with your crossbow, Steve.
foreign language cards for a chaos draft, so using these now makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, we
So
got
does
this
it go
octopus token.
Octopus and then goes land, Does it go?
And then rare, yeah. The whole thing's backwards.
That's weird.
All right, well, I will start.
It is an Australian pack.
I will start from the bottom.
Well, no, that'd be upside down, right?
Core, or dot core. It is a core. Shadow Glider. 2/2, flying for 3.
Awesome.
Was always fine. Not an ally was the only possible downside to this card
Yep.
in draft. Silent Skimmer. I love Silent Skimmer.
That's also a very good card.
0/4 for 3 and a black with Devoid and flying. But whenever it attacks, even though it has no power, whenever it attacks, defending player loses 2 life.
By the way, I believe this is the octopus token.
That is the octopus, right? That's hit him with your crossbow, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which there's an episode like a while ago where we were trying to remember what card that showed up on.
Yeah.
And I was like looking all the way through the like visual spoiler, and I couldn't find it because it's actually a token.
The
It's not
token
a
card. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like at that size, a crossbow would even ping off the eye.
Oh, it would do nothing.
Yeah.
No, that's the silliest thing I've ever seen in my life.
At least he's got a spotter.
Silliest
Yeah,
thing.
Steve is being set up for failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's going to shoot, and then the other guy's going to be go, come on, Steve, you missed.
Yeah.
Or hit him in the weak spot, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Steve is going to be like, I tried. Look, what do you want from me? It's a crossbow.
Like I feel
Attack
like
its weak point for
that,
massive damage.
that is the equivalent of throwing a thumbtack at a human being from like 20 feet away.
Yeah. At best,
Yeah.
Right?
At best, it's going to be like, ah.
At best, it's going to be like, oh,
Well,
it's going to be like a tiny little like, boop, and then done. Chances are it won't even hit you.
you can fire like a staple gun. Don't do this at home, by the way. You can fire a staple gun at a person from like
Oh yeah.
a staple gun will go through like
Well,
wood,
a proper staple gun,
right?
not
It'll
like
go
a
through,
stapler.
yeah, it'll go through wood.
Yeah.
But if you're standing like 5 feet away, it just sort of goes, ow! Like
Oh.
it just like flicks off the skin.
Yeah,
and,
barely even does that too,
Yeah.
because like it could spin
Tumble
out,
and-
right, and it
yeah.
could just hit you on the dull side, right? So, I feel like this person has just not thought this through.
No.
Yeah, no. We salute Steve's bravery.
I don't. I punish his stupidity.
Anyway,
Well, the octopus is going to do that.
the reason
That's
I
fair.
really like Silent Skimmer is because it was really hard to kill, particularly in combat. So it was just sort of inevitability.
Yep.
Next up, Spell Shrivel.
Sure.
2 and a blue, devoid, counter a spell unless they pay 4, and if it's countered, exile it. I was actually pretty on board with running a Spell Shrivel
Yeah.
in like in a blue deck, just because it exiled, so you got some processor value. It was also just kind of annoying. There wasn't a lot of stuff that was necessarily better to do on 3
Yeah.
if you were in blue, so it was just like, yeah, taste it. These cards feel different too, which is weird. Earth and Arms. This one was not as great. 1 and a green, put 2+1/+1 counters on target permanent, and Awaken 4 for 6 and a green. So for 7 mana, you put 2+1/+1 counters on something, and then you put 4+1/+1 counters on a land that becomes a creature with haste. So either you buff a creature by 2 and you get this 4/4, or you could just make a 6/6.
Yeah. This card was not very good. Sorcery too. Come on.
Felidar Cub.
Sure.
Yeah.
This was a Keening apparition.
Or
Silver Chase Fox.
And Silver Chase Fox, and yeah, I was going to say.
bunch of
2/2.
other things.
Yeah, 2/2 for 1 and a white, destroy target enchantment. Or, sorry, sacrifice it, destroy target enchantment.
What's weird about this card is that, about the Earth and Arms, I was just thinking, is that if it was, the fact that it's put 2+1/+1 counters on target permanent is actually very
You
relevant.
can put it on anything you want.
Yeah, but if it was put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature, which is normally what it would say, you couldn't put it on the land.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can end up putting 2+1/+1 counters on a land, and then awaken a different land, and then you'll just have a land with +1/+1 counters on it for no reason.
That would be very silly.
Yeah.
Shatterskull Recruit is a 4/4 giant warrior ally for 3 red with menace.
Sure.
I didn't mind having 1 as a top end in a Boros ally deck. The menace is
He's not actually a giant, but he's just a good ally.
He's
He's a giant ally.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's not physically giant, but he's really in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smite the Monstrous.
Useful.
Kills the last card.
Yeah, it does. 3 and a white, instant destroy target creature with power 4 or greater.
Also kills that trampler, the Eldrazi trampler.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Belligerent Whiptail.
Next card.
3 and a red for a 4/2. which is not amazing. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, it gets first strike until end of turn. And, you know, a 4/2 with first strike attacking was always pretty good, but 4 mana.
Yeah.
There's generally just better cards to spend 4 mana on. Nirkana Assassin is a 2/3 vampire assassin ally for 2 and a black. Whenever you gain life, Nirkana Assassin gains death touch until end of turn. This is like the least exciting
payout for the black-white ally.
in this deck, the life gain deck, the one with like Drana's Emissary and the
Vampire
Envoy.
And the Calastria healer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was got to say, vampire assassin ally. You got to be really careful about the ally aspect of that.
Yeah.
So you're vampire assassin, huh? Yep. But don't worry, I'm on your side.
Yeah, I'm on your side, yeah.
Sandstone Bridge enters the battlefield is a land, enters tapped. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +1/+1 in vigilance until end of turn, and it taps for 1 white. This was all right.
Yep.
I think this was better than most of the
I
lands
think
in
so
cycle
too,
this cycle.
because you generally got to get damage through.
Yep. And vigilance was nice, so.
Yeah.
Like, what percentage of the time is just a plains better than this?
Probably a lot. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Is that
If you draw this early, or
like you generally want to play your tap lands early, but if you play it early, like this, you just feel bad if you have like, you know, if you're playing like a green red or green white deck and you have like a forest in your hand and you have this in your hand and you have a
2-drop.
yeah, the cub or something, right?
Yeah,
and
I
it's
think-
just like ugh.
I think in draft, my best case scenario for this deck, for this card, was in an aggressive white-red or white-green deck that had a lot of 2-drops. And you could go turn 2, 2-drop, turn 3, 2-drop, Sandstone Bridge,
Yeah,
get
and-
in for like 3 with your first 2-drop.
That still feels kind of it's okay, but
I don't know. I think it's all right.
this pack has reminded me of kind of how I wasn't a big fan of the set.
I liked this draft set, but then I also liked other draft sets that people hate, so whatever. Blighted Fen. Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Land. Tap to add 1 colorless to your mana pool, and for 4 and black and tap and sacrifice it, target opponent sacrifices a creature. This was pretty good.
Yeah, this has shown up in a lot of standard decks as like a 1 or 2 of, I think.
The this one and the, I'm going to say the blue one. I think the blue one in draft, again, I'm talking about here, I think the blue one was the best, which was that you draw 2 cards. And then I think this one was very, very good. And the red one just did damage. It did like 2 damage and wasn't amazing. The white one, what was the white one?
Gain a bunch of life, I think?
Oh, yeah. That one actually had a good place in some decks. Blighted, whatever. Yeah, you got 2 life for each creature on the battlefield.
Yes, yeah.
And so, yeah, you could definitely swing some races with that one. And then the green one was, I don't know, probably something about ramp. Oh, no, the green one was, The green
Find
one
2
was,
lands.
The green one was busted in a landfall deck.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how I won the pre-release.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
Having the like the 2/1 trampler and the 2/2 that gets +2/+2 with landfall.
Right.
And be
right,
like,
right.
play a land, attack, and then people would be like, sure, I guess I'll block like this. And I'm like, crack this blighted woodland or whatever, get 2 other landfall triggers, and they're like, oh, I'm dead then.
Onboard tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt good. United Front,
United
What was
Peoples.
this? What a-
3 and a white sorcery with Converge.
Unified front.
Sorry, Unified
Front.
Front. Put a 1/1 white core ally creature onto the battlefield with each color of mana spent to cast Unified Front. This was all right. If you got 2 allies, that was only good if you had like ally deck. Though let me tell you, this thing with I mean, most rally triggers didn't matter if they went more than once in a turn, but some definitely did. And this was really good with Retreat to Emeria, because then you could go really wide, and with landfall giving everything +1/+1, you could really go for it. Also, with Blighted Woodland, really good with Retreat to Emeria, obviously.
Yeah, well, it was that also worked well in the black-white drain you deck with Calastria Healer.
Yes, because that was the rally trigger was a drain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Zulaport Cutthroat?
That was on death.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was when a creature dies, then
Yeah.
you drain. Yeah.
I was just thinking that the blighted lands have got to be one of the quickest cards to Oracle because they came out.
They all tap for colorless.
They all come out now. They all tap for generic.
Yeah.
No, they tap for colorless, but they don't have the symbol.
Yeah.
It's still called colorless.
Oh right, because you
Generate colorless.
You spend generic, but generate colorless.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they all tap for the little diamond thing now.
Apparently that was a big internal.
Right, because they knew it was
I
coming.
was going to say debate, but I predict it was an internal argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they knew it was coming in the next set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even the next set, the next like little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Can we just
can
please?
we introduce it now, please?
But then people it'll be weird and
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah.
But
That
anyway.
makes sense.
Oh boy. Rolling Thunder.
Yep. First
It's a good
deck.
card.
Oh boy. X, red for a sorcery, deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of creatures and or players.
This is quite clearly a rolling thunder or firestorm, not
card's-
thunder. You see, thunder is an oral event referring to the sound made, whereas this is depicting flames.
It's also not remotely fair.
True.
This card's so good.
Wait, yeah, why is it called Rolling Thunder? I mean,
Actually,
wait,
yeah,
those
that's
are
actually a good point.
those are wait, no, like that. There's lightning
There's
there.
lightning in the background, but
Lightning
the
is not
thunder's-
thunder, James. That's
the
why we
thunder's
have
not
two
doing
separate
the
words for
damage,
these
yeah.
things.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a new interpretation of the art. Also.
you've ruined it for me.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm here
Yeah,
for.
no, this card was busted. You first picked it. You won games.
Yeah, this card won games.
Yeah.
It's a very good card. And our rare,
Although to be fair,
the original
this
art.
is the old art.
Yeah.
What?
What does
What
it even
is-
go? That's
I
like
don't think that makes that much more
it's a
sense.
tree, and there's like a little boy down there with glowy red hands, and
What? Oh, there's an elf on the
elf.
left?
Yeah, it's like an elf jumping on the left there,
It's,
and
it's
some
all
vines.
very impressionistic.
Yeah.
But what is
Still-
it supposed to be?
I feel like there is still
Well,
a
that's the
confusion
thunder.
as
That's
to
the
what
thunder
thunder
noise.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like that's a sound wave coming out of
Yeah.
his hands, and it's like breaking the trees and flinging that.
That makes more sense,
Yeah.
actually.
That
Although,
took a real sec for me to clarify what the hell was going on.
why is the little boy generating thunder? Such rage. Thought.
Thought he gazing up at the thunderhead from the predator. It is Greven's mind manifest.
Oh,
that isn't the
that
predator.
explains it all.
Well, except he's
right
looking
there.
at a cloud.
Yeah, a thunderhead is a cloud.
Okay, let's move on. What's the rare?
It's not good.
No.
It's
Why not?
a prism array.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
4 and a blue for an enchantment with Converge. So it enters the battlefield with a crystal counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. So at maximum, you can have 5 crystal counters.
Okay.
Remove a crystal counter from Prism Array to tap target creature.
Sick.
So you get to do that at maximum
5 times.
5 times. And then for the full Wooburg, scry 3.
Card seems sweet. 4 of. Run it.
It does not do enough to take up
No,
the
it's
space
actually
in-
quite terrible.
yeah.
I don't think anybody ever played it ever.
That's not...
That's not the island at all.
That's weird. It recognized the art and put up a completely different island. Anyway, we got
For the
a...
record, it's the cups.
Yeah, we got a full art
Yeah.
bucket land in Japanese, so that's pretty cool.
All right, so
Hi.
that's Japanese
They be stealing my bucket.
battle.
Yeah.
Now what do you got?
Normal English, Return to Ravnica.
That's exciting. That's the flashback.
yeah, that's what
currently-
made me think of it.
And,
this was given to us by Jackson at Paxos.
We played we did 3 drafts last night of that.
Yeah, how'd that go?
And it was fun. Well, I mean, the first one was a joke.
I was watching some of it.
The first
yeah.
one was a rare draft that just ended horribly.
Why did they have to be single a limb?
Yeah, I know, right? And then the second one, we drafted an okay deck.
Yeah, decent Selesnya
but-
deck, and then just got rolled over by
Yeah,
Rakdos.
and then we built a really good blue-white flyers deck.
Yeah.
and lost in the second round. But it easily could have gotten there. Like it was a really good deck. But I was reminded of how much I enjoyed that draft format.
Yeah, me
I
too.
I would probably put it in like top 3 of the last like 6 years since we've been drafting.
RTR?
Triple RTR would probably be top 3, definitely top 5. I'd have to like
Yeah, do
sit
you
down
prefer-
and look.
Do you prefer triple RTR or triple gate crash?
And triple RTR.
Triple Gate Crash was just like, okay, there's going to be 3 Boros players.
Was Triple Gate Crash an actual format?
Yeah, that's how it went. It was triple RTR, triple Gate Crash. And
Right, and then Dragon's Maze and
Gate Crash
yeah, that's right.
Which was not as fun.
No, I think like
Well, like, okay.
That was where we broke the format. Was Gate Crash.
Yeah.
the two drop.
One of the wacky drafts.
Yeah, it was two drops.
Yeah, we're just like regardless of color, we're going to take a 2-drop creature. Does not matter the color. We're just going to take all the 2-drops. And it meant that no one else had 2-drops, and we just rolled over everybody.
Yeah, it was really funny. All right, so what do we got?
We should try that again when Triple Gate Crash comes back, which is like what, next week, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know. I mean, that's next on the list
Oh yeah.
because they're going through all the modern formats.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, Chronic Flooding is the first one. This could be a deck.
Yeah, the mill deck was a thing.
I definitely did this once.
Yeah.
1 and a blue, enchant land. Whenever enchanted land becomes tapped, its controller puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into their graveyard.
I mean, you put this on someone's Transguild Promenade and they probably feel kind of irritated.
Yeah. Giant Growth.
It's a giant growth.
The old favorite. Single green mana, instant target creature gets +3/+3.
I dislike the art on this though.
Really? I love this art.
I like the art. I just don't like the art for giant growth. It just looks like a big, it looks like a big ogre, and ogres are supposed to be big already. I don't know.
Everybody looks really surprised.
I'm just such a sucker for the giant rat, I think.
That's fair.
So if it's the shadow of a giant rat, that would be...
If it was a shadow for the giant rat, it might be my favorite card art of all
What if
time.
this is a shadow for Fibblethip?
Oh.
I actually have a signed artist proof of this card.
Nice.
It's Noah Bradley. Traitorous Instinct is next. 3 and a red. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste and +2/+0.
Yeah,
So for 1 extra generic mana, you get a +2/+0 as well.
Yep.
On top of the normal effect.
I like these cards. I'm a
Oh
sucker for these
yeah,
cards.
Trestle Troll. Forgot about Trestle Troll. It's a 1/4 for 1 black green. It's a defender with reach, and you can regenerate it for 1 black green. So very, very good blocker.
It is a very good blocker. It's probably like the least exciting of all of the black-green, like of all the Golgari gold cards.
Probably.
Like, the other ones are just so good.
Yeah, you can get the juice in this set.
Yeah.
Ding.
Ooh, Electromancer.
Goblin Electromancer.
I love this guy.
Yeah, this card's sweet.
I love
2/2
this guy.
for blue and a red. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 generic less.
Yep.
I love you, Modern Storm. I wish you were good.
Very, very strong, that card. Oh, man. I also love this card. Void Wielder.
Yep.
Had one of these guys in
Because
our
mana
blue
wars
white
are great.
decks. Yeah.
4 and a blue for a 1/4. When it enters the battlefield, you may return target creature to its owner's hand. Like, that's 5 mana for a horned turtle is pretty rough.
Yeah.
But the bounce had a lot of useful...
Yeah, no,
it had a lot of
absolutely.
use in
Well,
this set.
especially with all the enchantment removal.
Yeah.
Getting rid of a stab wound.
Yeah.
What if you need to fill your curve and you just really need a 3-drop? Well, Selesnya Sentry is here for you.
Ugh.
It's a 3/2 elephant for 2 and a white, and for 5 and a green you can regenerate it. It's fine. Ogre Jailbreaker. 4/4 for 3 and a black with Defender, but it can attack as though it didn't have Defender if you control a gate. This was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I recall Jailbreaker being like pretty all right if you had gates.
Yeah, and there weren't as many gates floating. Like, because how did it work again? Because Dragon's Maze...
There was one in every pack in the land slot.
In Dragon's Maze, there was one in every pack.
And you drafted all
this
3,
set-
right?
Yeah. But you drafted Dragon's Maze
Yeah.
first. In this set, gates were just in the common run.
Yeah, so not as easy to come across, so...
Battlehorn, another curve filler. It's a 4/3 for 5. When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy an artifact. It's not great.
Unless
It's not great,
blowing up
but
your
man,
Civic Saber.
didn't we? I think we arrested or detained one of these things like 4 times in one game the other day. Last night, it was pretty ridiculous. I mean, it kept us alive. It was fine.
I want my Rubbleback Rhino.
Yeah.
It's 4 and a green for a 3/4 with hexproof.
Yeah, I like this card.
Rubbleback Rhino was, I recall it being pretty
I mean,
alright.
it's not like a phenomenal card. It's not going to win you the game, but
Hey, speaking of blue-white
like it.
flyers, Doink.
Skyline Predator is good.
3/4 with flash and flying for 4 blue. Ugh.
It's expensive.
God, you ever just trundle into a Skyline Predator and just basically lose the game on the spot?
Yep.
That just feels so bad.
Also, props for the use of the word trundle.
Brush Strider. It's a 3/1 with vigilance for 2. If this could get through, you felt pretty good about it. It often didn't, but it traded up.
Yep.
Hey, Nivix Guildmage.
Nice.
Be better.
2/2 for a blue and a red human wizard. For 1 blue-red, draw a card and discard a card. For 2 blue-red, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy.
It's all so expensive.
Yeah, it is very expensive. Best guild mage in the set was...
Azorius or Selesnya.
Selesnya.
you think the Selesnya is better than the Azorius?
Not new Prov.
The Vitu-Ghazi.
Yeah,
Vitu-Ghazi. Vitu-Ghazi, yeah, I think it's a tie. I think it's...
But then the Golgari one just started shitting out like 1/1s, didn't it?
I think that was the Vitu-Ghazi one.
Oh.
Because the Vitu-Ghazi Guildmage you could proliferate?
Populate.
Populate.
Populate, sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just started making centaurs.
But the Azorius one was insane because just like I will detain, and then fly. It was insane. Like this one was the Vitu-Ghazi was
Right. Yeah, you're right. I'm conflating it with the original Selesnya Guildmage. Vitu-Ghazi was cool, but it was very very expensive abilities.
Yeah.
That's the original Azorius one, which is absolutely busted.
yeah, she's amazing.
Counter target activated ability.
Also, those abs.
Also them abs.
Damn abs.
But the could you pull up the new Prov Guildmage?
PRAHV.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah.
Right.
This guy was in
2/2 for white blue. For white blue, target creature gains flying until end of turn. And for 3 white blue, detain target non-land permanent and opponent control.
It's so good.
So if you had 10 mana, you could be like detain.
Ugh.
What was the Golgari one?
I can't remember what they were called.
Yeah, Corozda. Yeah.
Corozda Guildmage, yes. 2/2 for black green. For 1 black green, target creature gets +1/+1 and intimidate until end of turn. And for 2 black green and sacrifice a non-token creature, you get X 1/1 Saprolings, where X is the sacrifice.
Which was pretty sweet. I remember doing some pretty wacky things with that, but the blue on white is just obscene.
All right, ready for a sweet return to Ravnica rare?
No.
Good, because we don't have one.
Yeah, I was going to say, of course we don't.
It's Search the City.
No! Come on!
4 and a blue for an enchantment. When Search the City enters the battlefield, exile the top 5 cards of your library. Whenever you play a card with the same name as one of the exiled cards, you may put one of those cards with that name into its owner's hand. Then, if there are no cards exiled with Search the City, sacrifice it. If you do, take an extra turn after this one.
God, this card was bad. Like, it's like, it's not even like hilariously unplayably bad. It's just like, you just don't play this card ever.
Has anyone ever cast this card?
No, I'm sure they have not.
Ever.
Like, I feel like...
Someone might have cast it. I'm pretty sure no one's ever taken an extra turn with this card.
No, God, no.
I wonder if...
No, this card.
I wonder if they...
Pretty art, though.
I wonder if they can
great art.
search for that data in Magic Online.
To see how many times
Has anyone
it's been
ever taken an extra turn
off of Search the
off of
City?
Search the City?
I'd be curious about more if anybody's ever cast it. I bet it's been cast 4 times in the history of Magic, and that's it. Wizards should have to publicly apologize to the world for wasting the paper that was required to print it. No, I'm just joking. That's me.
Somewhere Dan Emmons just sheds a tear. I really... They told me I had to.
City.
Next up, courtesy of Adam, a.k.a. Brain Doctor.
What up,
PAX
Brain Doctor?
Australia. Recruit toughened warriors and vicious predators for your duels, but beware lest you fare no better than the fallen empires.
Ooh. Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're going back to the old Wizards of the Coast logo. This is 1994.
Yeah, I was going to say,
This is 22 years old.
Yeah.
Come on, him to Turak.
Smell that sweet, sweet 90s air.
It doesn't well, actually, whoop, no, there it is.
What does it smell like?
It smells old.
It does. It smells like...
Take a huff.
Oh.
Oh, God, that smells gross.
Yeah, it smells like a garage.
The 90s were gross.
I don't remember this card at all.
Oh.
Which probably means it's the rare, because I've never seen it. Or no, there weren't rares. Whatever, it's probably less common. It's Darylore.
What?
I don't know. It's a 4/4 for 3 and a black.
Okay.
Your black spells cost an additional...
Oh, damn it.
Cost an additional black
to cast. I was like, oh, wow, this seems... Oh,
4/4 for 4 in black, especially in this era.
In this set
was
is
very
Is
good.
bonkers.
Yeah.
But this makes all your black spells more expensive by 1.
That's a curve
Just
topper.
splash it.
Yeah.
It's just a black splash, because then it has no effects, and it's just a 4/4 for 4.
Yeah, fair enough.
Did it beat the format?
I've never seen this card either. Goblin Kites.
Ooh, I
Can't read
remember
that from
this.
here.
It's an enchantment for 1 and a red. Okay, here's what it says. For the cost of red,
Okay.
a target creature you control, which cannot have a toughness greater than 2, gains flying until end of turn. Other effects may later be used to increase the creature's toughness.
Wait, what?
At end of turn, flip a coin. Opponent calls heads or tails while coin is in the air. If flip ends in opponent's favor, bury that creature.
What?
Do you want the oracled?
It's still going to be.
I bet I can guess, but
It's
yeah,
still
go for
going to
it.
be terrible.
Oracle text is 1 red. Target creature you control with toughness 2 or less gains flying until end of turn.
Right.
Flip a coin at the
Yeah.
beginning of the end.
You just
Next
get-
end step. If you lose the flip, sacrifice that creature.
Yeah, you just.
How hard is that?
Yeah.
You don't have to describe how to flip a coin.
Yeah, the description of flipping a coin is interesting, and the fact that they had to they just got rid of that entire second sentence, right?
Because that's just part of the rules now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, of course I can make this 1/2 fly and then cast giant growth on it, and it's not going to lose flying.
Yeah.
That's silly. But then,
But
back then, they had to say that.
Yeah. It's like my favorite trick from original Zendikar was the Goblin Tunneler.
Oh, yeah.
Make a one power creature unblockable.
Yeah.
And you do that to the Valakut Fireboar, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
like
yeah.
a 1/7, 1/5. It's a 1/5
Oh, yeah,
or
but it
1/7.
swapped its power and toughness.
When it attacks, it
Yeah.
swaps power and toughness.
Yeah.
So it's like this 1/5 is unblockable. Now it's a 5/1, still unblockable.
Yep.
Sucker.
Anyway,
All right, what else we got?
I
cards
don't
here?
know this set at all. Delif's Cone.
Um,
It's a 0 mana artifact.
Oh, this was bad.
Tap Delif's Cone. Sorry, tap and sacrifice Delif's Cone. If target creature you control attacks and is not blocked, you may choose to gain its power in life. If you do so, it deals no damage to opponent this turn.
what? Wait, so if target creature you control's attacks and is not blocked, at which point then you sacrifice this?
I mean, it's instant speed, right? So you can do it whenever
Yeah, so you can do it
want.
whenever. So,
So you declare attacks.
they say block,
They say,
no block.
Yeah, they say I don't block your three power guy.
You
Then you sacrifice
sacrifice,
Delif's Cone. It doesn't deal the 3 damage, but you gain 3 life.
which, to be fair, costs 0 mana.
It is an onboard
There-
trick, though.
There is no cost to this whatsoever except for tapping and sacrificing it.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like a super terrible card. Next.
Yeah.
Orcish Spy,
Hey, I know this card.
whenever it
Decides to show up.
pops up. I think it's because it's. Oh, this is one of the commons that has multiple
Multiple
arts. So I think it's picking the wrong art. It's a 1/1 for a single red for an orc. Tap. Look at the top 3 cards of target player's library and return them in the same order.
Wait, what? That's not red at all.
No, but it's what a spy would do.
Look at the top 3 cards of target player's library. In the same order. Okay, sure. It's a 1/1 for 1.
Yeah.
And you can see into the future. Sure.
Right. Slight hiccup there. Hey, we did it.
What did we do?
We got there. We got
Oh, hey!
Banned in standard.
We got him to Turok. That's
Black-
exciting.
The great art. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quentin Hoover.
awesome art.
I
Black,
miss you,
black,
Quentin Hoover.
sorcery.
Of course, it's banned in standard. It's from Fallen Empire.
I mean, this card was banned and it's whatever.
Was it really?
Type 2, I think.
Well, it's it's black, black, sorcery. Target player discards 2 cards at random from his or her hand. If target player does not have enough cards in his or her hand, the entire hand is discarded. Yeah, we know that part.
Sure.
So yeah, discard 2 cards at random is
This card's
So good.
it's kind of backbreaking.
Yeah.
It can be. It could be nothing, but it can be really hard to come back from.
Yep.
And it's the good art.
It's good art
It's
too.
probably like the most valuable card in the set.
It's probably only worth $1.
Probably. Homered Warrior, though.
Hey,
All-Star Homered Warrior.
Oh my god, the art.
This one was banned in standard too. No,
No, it's not.
it's terrible. It's a 3/3 for 4 and a blue. For a single blue, Homered Warrior may not be the target of spells or effects until the end of turn and does not untap as normal during your next untap step. If it is untapped, tap it. So you give it Shroud until end of turn, but then you tap it and it doesn't untap.
Sure. It's a 3/3 for 5. I'm done. I'm in.
Why isn't tapping it just part of that? I guess that you can
You
still
can
act
still use it if it's tapped.
even if it is tapped,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, okay.
Farrell's Zealot.
Ah, right. This is an unusual effect in white, and it's going to have, it's another card with multiple art.
Yeah. Farrel, Feral Zealot. 1 white, I've not heard of this one. 1 white for a 2/2. If Feral Zealot attacks and is not blocked, you may choose to have it deal 3 damage to a target creature. If you do so, it deals no damage to opponent this turn. Interesting.
I'm kind of down with this. I
Is
mean,
that the art you got?
yeah.
No, it's,
Oh, it's not. No, it isn't. Sorry.
It's not the guy with the belts of knives either.
It's a bald guy with tattoos.
Yep, there he is. This seems kind of neat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just always
So
going to...
I attack with a 2/2, and so either they...
I mean, like, you're
As
just...
soon as they get something with 3 toughness down,
You're just blocking
it
it.
doesn't do anything. But early,
Yeah.
all right, it's interesting.
Interesting, in a multiplayer game, does not have to be
Right.
the player you attacked.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. And, this is weird. Not weird, but this card can't block Feral Zealot because it is the Brass Claw Orcs, which are also not showing up again.
Yeah.
We've got the lookout kind of looking guy. Brass Claw Orcs is 2 and a red for a 3/2, and it cannot be assigned to block any creature of power greater than 1. Whoa, wait,
2.
what?
Power 2 or greater.
Mine says 1.
Wait, what?
Brass Claw Orcs cannot be assigned to block any creature with power 2 or greater, is what we have on the overlay. Cannot be assigned to block any creature of power greater than 1.
So that's,
Oh,
that's
Two
the
or
same.
greater,
yes.
greater than 1. Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Same thing.
Different wording. What set is that from? That's from
a different set.
That must be from beta or something?
Yeah,
No,
because
It's black border, but
That's
there's no...
Master's Edition.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fallen Empires.
Weird. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
here we go.
that's
There it
the
is.
one that we have.
Right. Can't block greater than 1. Yeah.
Or less than... Yeah.
Is the same as 2 or greater.
That's not even disastrous because I don't think this guy is ever being held back.
Well, no. I mean, the point is he's a very aggressive card. But if your opponent has a Feral Zealot, you can't stop it.
And it will die to it.
These are fascinating cards. Looking at
It's
how
a weird
how things
time.
have changed. Goblin Kites has a very, very small font.
Like, Fallen Empires was not, like, obviously not amazing, but when you think about it, like, in relation to, like, Homelands or something,
Oh,
like,
God,
Fallen
yeah.
Empires actually has cards that are not
do
terrible.
things.
Yeah. All right. Last
All
pack.
right, last pack is a pack of Odyssey.
Yeah, hey, look at that.
Odysseia.
Odisea.
Oh, those Australians.
Odyssey. This was given to us by, that's all,
Uh-oh.
right. Username AussieGuy88
Oh, hey.
at Paxos.
Recognize the name.
I can't,
Robert. Robert, yep.
it's all, sorry. I don't know why the Sharpie smudged off. But anyway, this is a pack of Odyssey, but it's
Expelto.
Spanish? Yeah. 15 cartas adicionales.
Magic el encuentro.
Oh, yeah, it does say that.
Encuentro.
So, yeah. Getting the foreign language ones out of the way today. Man, the card recognizer really saves our ass in these situations. Grupo de expertos.
Group of experts.
I assume so? Can't read it. Oh, no. There they are.
Think tank.
Think
Oh,
tank.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
it's cephalids.
it's a pun. Think tank.
Interesting.
Because they're fish
Yeah.
Oh.
in the tank. Anyway.
Cephalids aren't fish.
2 and a blue for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard. Oh,
That seems
that
kind
doesn't
of...
seem terrible. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't know about 3 mana, but 1 second. Let me just. I'm gonna This is an uncommon, so I'm actually gonna rearrange the pack here. But yeah.
All right.
All right. Sure. Why not?
It's card advantage.
Check it out. It's Oromancer.
That's not true at all.
2 and a white for a 2/2. When it comes into play, you may return a target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Oromancer was great.
And great
First
art,
pick,
too.
Oromance. First pick, Rebecca Gay art.
So
Yeah.
we've seen an enchantment and an Enchantment Matters card. Was this an Enchantment Matters set?
May have been.
I don't remember.
I didn't play it.
Yeah, I didn't play it, so... Next.
Cachorro Phantasmal.
Phantasmal Wolf.
Phantasmal Fox?
Fox. Wolf. Doggy. Doge.
Sort of low contrast. It's having,
Yeah, it's having some difficulty with the...
a little bit.
Huh?
You
There it is.
There, yeah.
Oh, Whelp.
Phantom Whelp. It's a hound or a perro. 2/2 for 1 to blue. Hey, bears in blue. Whenever Phantom Whelp attacks or blocks, return it to its owner's hand at the end of combat.
Oh, no. Boo. This card's terrible.
It lurks in the mists, waiting for stragglers to fall behind. When the fog clears, nothing remains but footprints.
No, this card's bad.
Yeah, that's horror bad.
Yep.
No queda
Like
nada excepto juelas.
Why does it have power?
Yeah. Well, it can block and trade. Like, it can still trade.
No, but when you declare a block.
When it attacks or blocks. Oh, yeah, wait.
No, at the end of combat, it still deals damage.
Oh, at the end of combat? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like you declare the block and it goes away.
Well, I mean, you
No,
still
it's
get
not-
the,
it's
I mean,
not
you still-
Zephyr Spirit.
You still get
Okay.
the block then, I guess. But attacking makes no sense.
Fallecimiento espantoso.
It's Ghastly Demise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Single black mana, destroy target non-black creature if its toughness is less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard.
Less than or equal to. That's interesting.
So if
This
you
goes into some decks.
so if
and
you
Highlander.
have 2 cards in your graveyard, this kills a 2/2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Huh.
It's instant.
Yeah.
It's removal.
Interesting.
This whole block was sort of a graveyard matters.
Yeah.
This is where they.
This is
Flashback.
flashback came from this, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
This is where they have the cards with the little
Gravestone.
gravestones on
Yeah.
them.
Wow. Anyone want some nightmare fuel?
Always.
Assassino zombie.
Zombie
Zombie assassin. Oh, Assassino
Whoa.
zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
This
Weird.
is not okay. So 3/2 for 4 and a black. That's pretty expensive. But tap and remove 2 cards in your graveyard and Zombie Assassin from the game. Destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. That's a lot.
That's
that's a
quite a
big
lot to
ask.
kill something. I mean, at least it.
Exile this. So spend 5 mana on this. Then tap it to exile it and 2 cards from your graveyard just to kill something.
I guess, like.
For a terror.
Sorry. It sits around. It's a creature, at least. Like, it does something. It seems like it's probably not the worst card, but at least it's a 3/2 while
Look
it
at its
sits
weird
there.
opening.
Get a level with you. Zombies, not great assassins.
No, because
Yeah.
you kind of could just,
Why-
sidestep.
Like
Why
the zombie. Basically, the zombie assassin strategy seems to be to get 2 other zombies,
Yeah.
and then all 3 of them just like run at the guy they're trying to kill and then explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, Pete Venters?
Why does it have a cloaca?
Yeah.
Don't ask questions.
A stoma. Wouldn't you be able to hear this guy sloshing a mile away?
No.
Terra Cadenas. Chain Flinger. It's a 2/2 for 3 and a red. 1 and a red and tap it. Chain Flinger deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Pingers are always sweet.
Yep.
2 and a red and tap it.
And if you have threshold.
If you have Threshold, which is to say 7 or more cards in your graveyard, and Chain Flinger deals 2 damage to target creature or player. This seems
That
pretty
seems
great,
sweet.
actually.
Yeah.
I'll take this card.
Non-bow with the assassin.
Yes, Nambo with the Assassin. Deseo de Seton. Something about centaurs. Seton's Desire. 2 and a green. For creature enchantment, the creature gets +2/+2.
Okay.
If you have Threshold, it also gets the Lure, where all creatures able to block it do so. The Lure is useful because basically it means you just attack with everything, and all their blockers go on this
This
creature.
card, yeah.
And all the other ones get through unblocked.
Which is-
this creature probably dies, but that's
But
okay.
you're also hoping to probably win the game at that point.
Yeah.
By
Which
attacking
makes
with all.
sense as like a late game play, right?
Yeah.
3 mana, just make something +2/+2, means you can probably attack better.
Yeah.
And then late in the game,
I mean, even if
hopefully
it's
win
just
with it.
like, even if it's your dorky 1/1 who's just sort of been sitting there doing things, and you have like, 9 other power on the board, and if you can get in with that 9 power, you're good to go. You just, throw it on your dorky guy. Seems good.
de la Aradia. Make an angry chipmunk.
Squirrel.
Chatter of the Squirrel. Single green mana, put a 1/1 squirrel into play.
With
Flashback for 1
and
and
a
a green.
Meh.
It's not.
Not crazy about this card.
It's not quite.
It's okay though, because it has that terrible, terrible, ugly clip art of a tombstone beside the name, so that you know that it does a graveyard thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this card is
I know we talked about this last time, but I can't get over how effing
yeah.
awful that tombstone logo is. Peregrino de Justicia.
Pilgrim of Justice.
Yes. It's a 1/3 for 2 and a white. I was trying to read it from the one in my hand. I'm like, What words is this? Right, sorry. It's a 1/3 for 3 mana with protection from red. And for 1 white and sacrifice it. The next time a red source of your choice would deal damage this turn, prevent that damage.
All right.
I guess if you really gotta.
This is
It's
not
an
very
onboard
good.
trick though. Like your opponent's not going to run a Rolling Thunder into this.
No, but I mean, it's a sideboard card, right? Like going up against a red deck.
Ritos de Rechazo? Rights of Refusal.
This goes into my or went into my Highlander Reanimator deck.
Really? Well, it's 1 and a blue for an instant. Discard any number of cards from your hand and counter target spell unless its controller pays 3
Wow.
for each card discarded this way?
Damn, that's a hard.
Manly can get your Grizzlebrand into your graveyard.
That is
Wow.
a hard counter.
This seems great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like turn 3, you're like counter your spell, put like Iona and rights, Unburial Rights into the graveyard.
Yeah.
And then next turn untap, get Iona. Yeah.
Seems good.
Or Madness something?
Well, not in the Cam's deck, I'm sure, but yeah,
Yeah, no.
that works.
Escombros.
It was a cool
El
little card.
Suelo.
It never worked as well as I wanted
Marino.
it to, but it was
Seafloor Debris. It's a land, comes into play tapped, taps for 1 blue, tap and sack Seafloor Debris, and add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
Yeah, whatever. It's a tap land. It's one of those, got to be in their tap lands.
It's like afflict or... Yeah, afflict. Sorry, it says affligere.
This is so expensive.
2 and a black. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn.
Draw a card. If this was like 1 and a black, I'd like it way more.
Or if it was a counter?
-1/-1 counter, yeah. That would be better.
That would be interesting. I mean, it's instant and it replaces it. It makes combat, I mean, I'm sure this card was probably fine, but by today's standards, it seems a little overcosted.
Okay, the art on this card is amazing. Oh, come on.
No, doesn't like it.
It's sort of low contrast, I guess.
There we go.
Oh, it's Sylvan Might. It's that...
Oh,
Is it a
yeah.
Rat King?
No, it's like some sort of angry dog, but it gets big and nasty. So 1 and a green, target creature gets +2/+2 and trample, and you can flash it back for 2 green.
I'm in.
So for
Yeah.
6 mana, you can give it +4/+4 and trample. But yeah, look
Double
at the
trample.
Look at the art.
It has so many faces.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Oh, it's doing the Animorphs.
Yeah, it's going. "Roar."
Right, okay.
Let my rat dog grow.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
What?
It is doing the
Okay.
animorphs.
Yeah.
It's
I feel like
going
it
through
should.
these
I should be
stages.
able to
like a lenticular.
Yeah, lenticular,
Oh,
so I
that'd be
could see
sweet.
like it. Yeah.
Dear Arnie Sweckle, do you have this art lying around from 22 years ago? If
We'll
so,
take it. All right.
ooh,
Ooh, I remember this card.
Litotog.
Yeah.
A Lithotog.
Lithotog.
So it's a 1/2 for 1 red-green. It's an ATOG. Sacrifice an artifact, and it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Sacrifice a land, and it gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
It's an Atog. I love these cards. I love these creature types.
This one you can go really all in on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
just
don't
be
know.
like,
I don't know how many artifacts you're gonna have.
If you know,
like scoop up all your land.
yeah, I guess.
Can I put this in like a
Pardon me.
red green clue deck?
I get. Oh, I guess if you know your opponent is tapped out, and you just want to go all in on your land,
Yep.
you could.
Yeah, you just like scoop it up and you're like, 5 you. And your opponent's like, okay, go to 15.
And
Yeah.
you're like, oh wait,
Oh shit! No,
I've made a horrible mistake.
wrong game.
All right, and the rare. Ooh,
Like if it was +2/+2, that would be.
Oh, that would be obscene.
Yeah.
The card would be broken. That would be.
there's a lot of
No.
text on Esquadron de Bombas.
Oh god.
Bomb Squad. It's a 1/1 for 3 and a red.
Okay.
It's a dwarf. Tap to put a fuse counter on target creature. Mm-hmm. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a fuse counter on each creature with a fuse counter.
Okay.
Whenever a creature has 4 or more fuse counters on it, remove all fuse counters from it and destroy it. That creature deals 4 damage to its controller.
Why a fuse? I feel like shouldn't it be like a charge counter? Like
But charge counters are used on artifacts.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's just like something other than if I
a
just
very
throw
long
four
fuse.
if I just throw 4 fuses on somebody, that's not going to kill it. There needs to be something for the fuse to burn to.
Yeah, I guess the implication is everyone already has a fuse, and you're just lighting the fuse.
Oh.
So yeah, because every turn.
This really needs the art of the guy being like,
Yeah.
Well, this is the
so
thing.
slow.
This is the thing, like in Metal Gear or whatever, where you put the the C4 on the back of the soldier as he's walking by, and then just like wait till he gets near the other soldiers.
Yeah.
That's basically what's happening here.
This card seems really bad.
I mean, it gets there at some point.
So
Very,
slowly,
very slowly.
and it's a
this
1/1
alive.
Yeah.
Because even if the fuse counters are still there, if this card goes away, then nothing happens.
Yeah. If you get to 3 fuse counters and they kill it, it's just gone. Yeah, this card seems
Then the
terrible.
creature's just sitting there with
Which-
3 fuse counters on.
Yeah, which again is weird. It's like that's part of the whole point of bombs
Fuse is that you can
be
blow them
gone.
up while they're not there.
Also, that's something that you don't see very often. This was illustrated by Greg and Tim Hildebrandt.
Yeah. Well, they were.
Is it Hildebrandt?
Yeah.
Or-
I mean, they're a known quantity of they're a brother team that always works together.
What about like tap to put 4 fuse counters on something,
Look at that guy's
and then every
hand.
turn remove one, and then when there's none left, it explodes.
That'd be way better. But
I've
that would
been
be
to this rave, right?
Yeah.
Like, look at these guys. It's
yeah,
like-
no. That would be really good. Yeah.
I wonder
Because
if
then
you
it's
could-
just a countdown, right?
I wonder if you could do something cool with proliferate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would work. Proliferate would work. I guess the interesting thing about this is that you can accelerate it. Like you tap to put a fuse counter on it, and then at your upkeep, everybody gets a fuse counter who already has one. But then you could also tap to add yet another fuse counter onto the guy
Is there
to accelerate it.
any other card in the history of Magic the Gathering that can put a fuse counter on something? I suspect not.
I would
but
assume no.
I would love it if it could. I just wish it kept going.
Coming in 2017, Ether Revolt, the
If,
fuse set.
What's the one?
Oh, you can't even search for fuse because it's a keyword.
Yeah.
What's the name of that mythic from original Zendikar? I think it was original Zendikar block that sets the land on fire.
Oh, land continues to burn.
Yeah, the land
Yeah.
continues to burn.
That was from like Magic. I want to say like Magic 2013.
Best reminder text ever. Paul's checking if there's anything.
I'm just going to say no.
Wait. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
What?
Okay. Okay, so yeah, there are the fuse cards, so that's a little bit complicated.
Right.
Okay, there's a couple of unhinged and unglued cards that are not relevant. But, okay. Goblin Bomb.
All
It's
right.
an enchantment for 1 and a green. Let me just throw it up here.
Please. For one in a red.
Yeah, 1 and a red. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may flip a coin. If you win the flip, put a fuse counter on Goblin Bomb. If you lose the flip, remove a fuse counter from Goblin Bomb. And remove 5 fuse counters, sacrifice Goblin Bomb, and it does 20 damage to target player.
The downside being that Bomb Squad can only put fuse
Bomb
counters.
Squad safely detonates Goblin Bomb.
No, it can't, right?
No, because wait. 'Cause
Bomb Squad only hits
creatures, right?
not permanents.
Right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bomb Squad only hits creatures.
So even though this also uses fuse counters, they don't interact at all.
And even the beginning of your upkeep thing, it says put a fuse counter on each creature.
Yeah. Yeah.
We also got this.
Incendiary.
At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a fuse counter on Incendiary.
Damn it, this is going to be...
This is an enchant creature as well. If enchant creature is put into the graveyard, Incendiary deals X damage to target creature or player, where X is the number of fuse counters.
Okay, so you could double up on this one.
No, because the counters are on the Incendiary, not on...
Oh yeah! Oh my god. All right. It's like they knew.
Oh.
It's like they built these 3 phenomenal cards. And they can't work together.
There's a couple of infused.
If Incendiary could
here
only
we
put it
go.
on the creature. Oh,
There's also Powder Keg, also not a creature.
damn it.
At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a fuse counter on Powder Keg, tap and sacrifice it, destroy each artifact or creature with converted mana
doesn't
cost
matter.
equal to the number of fuse counters on Powder Keg. That's actually that's Ratchet Bomb.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. That's it.
So
Dang.
There's 3 other cards in the history of Magic that uses fuse counters, but they can't
They don't
really
interact
They
with
can't
Bomb Squad.
They
They
can't
don't interact with each other.
No, they don't interact with each other in any sort of way.
Good design.
I mean,
Well, I mean, it is good design
Yeah,
in
it
the
prevents
sense
it
that
from
they're not
being
supposed to be
degenerate, yeah.
messing with each other.
Yeah.
it's unfortunate for us. Oh well.
There goes my my fuse commander deck idea. Damn
Yeah.
it. So close. Just like 90 cards away.
Can I use Bomb Squad as my commander? All right, that's it for this episode of Tap Tap Concede. Thanks everyone at PAX Oz who gave us packs. Thanks everyone who gave us packs. Well, obviously we're working our way through them, and yeah, that is going to be it for this week. Brought to you by Card Kingdom and yourselves over at Patreon. Thank you so much, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
All
Talk
right.
to you next week.
Good work, everyone.
Bye.
See you. Catch you at the crossroads.
Bomb Squad.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Catchphrase.